Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in! Welcome to episode 4 of the Cubs DJ show. I'm Cubs DJ on Twitter. Recently, there's been a lot of Cubs fans on Twitter who don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're freaking out. They're gonna snap if this offense doesn't change. They hate the lineup. After losing 2 or 3 to the Pirates, thought I was watching a classic sinking ship to finish the season. Missed the playoffs. Blow it up. We shouldn't have traded everyone. This team stinks. Not so fast. Last 3 games at home of the season, and they sweep. I know. Rockies are one of the worst teams in baseball, worst team in the National League. But it's hard to sweep any Major League Baseball team. These guys all get paid millions of dollars. It's hard to sweep anyone. After our pitching did its thing, hitting hit when we needed it, the Cubs are now a half game back of the Diamondbacks for the 2nd wild card spot, and we are still a game up on the Marlins for the 3rd wild card spot. We are there. Things are looking good. This playoff picture is going to get real intense real soon. But that's all in the past. We're on to Atlanta. Atlanta is currently 3.5 games up on the Dodgers for the #1 spot in the whole National League, clinching home field advantage for the rest of the playoffs. Dodgers still have 2 of the best players in baseball. I'm sure they're still nervous, so Atlanta might not rest as many people as I thought, but they are getting a little banged up. I know they just put Charlie Morton on the IL. There's plenty of other pitchers on the IL. That rotation is still so good, but so injured at the same time. They might be getting nervous of injuries, and that might cause a little hope for the Cubs. Going into the series, I'm looking at pitching. Got kind of what we want. Steele's on the mound after 2 bad outings. Taillon's on the mound after a great outing. Stroman's coming back, still getting stretched out. I really don't know how to judge whether that was a good or a bad outing. Last 2 starts, Steele got banged up, like I said, kind of taking his name out of the Cy Young race. But this is what studs do. This is what aces of playoff teams do. They will come in and just throw a gem when the team needs it. And guess what? The Cubs need it right now. Putting that stuff behind him, he makes big starts. If he wants to make that next jump from a really good pitcher to an actual ace, this is the game that he's going to have to come up big in. We can't have Justin Steele falling apart to end the season. Taillon, on the other hand, looked great in his last start. He shows flashes here and there, and he's a very streaky pitcher. Hopefully, we're just getting the hot streak to end the season. Our offense did wake up a little bit against the Rockies, but they are one of the worst pitching staffs in baseball. Even though they're still hurt, the Braves pitching staff is significantly better, if not one of the best in baseball, and now we're going to be put to the real test. We'll see about these rookies, man. I'm laughing. Who the hell knows, all right? Go back to the Pittsburgh series. Game 1, PCA, Jared Young, Canario, guys like that. Those guys can still come up and make a huge impact. There's still a couple games left, and a big game here or there while giving somebody a rest will be huge. Speaking of that, Miles Mastrobuoni, shout out to you, dude. Shout out to Miles. He really has sucked for a while, and I kept yelling from the clouds, why the fuck is Miles Mastrobuoni in this lineup and not PCA, Canario, or Jared Young? And pretty much what he did was scream back at me saying, I'm still a Major League Baseball player and I can still have a really good series and still be really good down the stretch. Thanks, Miles. Big thumbs up to you, man. If this video seems a little low energy, I'm recording it right after the Bears lost 148-0. But here's the thing, folks. The Bears aren't going to play baseball for the Northsiders. The Cubbies are. I love this group. I love the vibe right now. Against the Rockies, Patrick Wisdom, huge home run in Game 3. That's the kind of bat that could get hot enough to be the weird 7-8 guy in the lineup that just takes off, gets hot for 6 games, carries us for about 2 series. Also, Candelario's going to come back soon. He's looking good. And our boy Adbert's going to be throwing soon. I'll keep this short and sweet, guys. We have 2 series on the road against 2 teams that hopefully have things clinched by the time we play them. I'm kind of hoping for a little Brewers Division championship here because it's not logical to hope that the Cubs still win the division. Once they clinch, they realize they have the number 3 spot locked up. They're not catching the Dodgers, and then they rest some guys. They skip a start or 2. Do I think this Cubs team can win the World Series? I sure don't. But looking back at 2015 and other teams who have built like that, playoff experience for these young guys is insanely valuable. They are going to drive me crazy, but if we can squeak 2 out against the Braves, nobody else is really playing well in the NL wildcard race. Take that 5th spot. So I think these young guys could have extremely valuable experience going into the playoffs, and I think the playoffs are still very doable. Again, guys, let's look back at early August. We're 10 games under 500. We're like 10 games back of the wild card. We control our own destiny. Cubs do not win any tiebreakers against anybody. If we are tied, we're out. If we're not tied, we're in. That was just pure nervous energy. I really don't know why I did that, and I am stoked. Let's kick some ass on the road to finish the season. Thank you for watching. What would Ted Lilly do? I love you guys. See you next video.